Hello, the purpose of this demonstration is to show the integration between Aterntiy and Foglight. Now the assumptions before we start are that you have the GeoWare applications installed, and this is the latest 558 cartridge that has the Aterntiy integration that I'm about to show you on there. And you also have the integration cartridge installed and configured, which is this one over here. Now with this integration cartridge, the assumption is that you did the configuration already. What that configuration entails is uploading the Aterntiy MIB and configuring the Aterntiy server to point to Foglight. Okay, so our assumption is we're receiving traps from Aterntiy at this current time. Now the parts that we added to GEO was that you would click on GEO, you'd go to the GEO application builder, and you can select an existing app. In this case I have Oracle e-Business Suite, or you can go ahead and create a new app. Now what you'll do at this point is I'll click on Add, and I'll modify the monitored SNMP trap. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add the forms login. Now this trap, this is a forms login alert. This is the name of the alert that's being sent from Aterntiy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that alert now, and I'm going to say add that trap. So now what that basically does, it's going to add the trap underneath the Oracle e-Business Suite called forms login, and you'll see it over here. Now what I can do is further with this trap is I can go on and I could modify it, and the modifying of this will let us go ahead and edit. So we can edit the name, so forms login is fine in there, and I can also edit the drill down URL. So let's take a look at this URL real quick, and the URL that we have in here is going to be, I'm just going to paste that in Notepad so you can see that. But basically this is a URL that I created for Aterntiy, and what it is it gives you the Aterntiy Management Console login, and it also appends the username and password at the end. So this way what we're doing is we're logging right into the endpoint of where the alarm came from. So what I'm doing in Aterntiy is I'm basically telling it where to go, and I'm hard coding that, telling it where to go. I'm actually hard coding that to the forms login alerts. Okay, so let me show you what happens once we do that. We're going to be able to come to our GeoWare applications dashboard, and now that I know what alerts go to forms login, these alerts that are coming here will actually be coming from my trap. And this says we have a threshold problem with Oracle e-Business login. So this is actually a forms login that we're seeing. So this is something we typically wouldn't be able to capture inside of end user. So I'm able to drill down on the message here, and when I drill down on the message, I can go to the instance, which is my forms login instance. And if I click on that instance, the default drill down will be able to take me to my Aterntiy console. Now this will drop me right on the endpoint that had the problem, and that's not because it's context sensitive, it's because I hard coded that in there. And what I told it is to go to that endpoint whenever you see the Oracle forms problem. So what you have to do is you have to create a specific integration inside GEO for each of the Aterntiy alerts that you're going to be mapping, and you have to tell that alert where to go. So that's basically the URL that I put in here. Now notice the URL, because Aterntiy is launched in an iframe, we still maintain our cookie trail, so I'm going to be able to come back to my GeoWare applications dashboard and be right into Foglight. Okay, so once again it's going to be a drill down on the instance, and it'll automatically, on the default drill down, it'll log you into Aterntiy on the endpoint that had the problem. So now I could see there's more than one Oracle login alert at 2 different times. I could see all the different information on the box, including CPU and disk usage, and I'll be able to go ahead and do the diagnosis here inside of Aterntiy to see what the problem is. Okay, so this concludes the demonstration. I'm not going to go through the fault isolation in Aterntiy at this point, but this demonstration was just primarily to show you the trap integration. Now before I conclude, I just want to point out a couple other things here. So as you noticed, I built that trap integration, and it's not specific to Aterntiy. So if I had another trap here that, let's say it came from Keynote or it came from Gomez, any trap that you can send to Foglight, even if it came from Tivoli, as long as I can come in there and map a trap name, so whatever the name of the trap is getting sent, and I can tell it where to go when that alert happens, I can use this integration with this new GEO cartridge for any type of SNMP integration. So that concludes my demonstration. Thank you very much for attending.